What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Shonen Showdown. I'm your host, Robinson. To the right of me is
Scott.
And today we are going to be doing a My Hero Academia fantasy draft. Now, the way we are going to handle this is we are going to have a 3-man versus battle. It's going to be a team battle royale, right? We are going to draft 3 members in Class 1A. Once somebody is picked, they cannot be picked again. We're going to do this draft style in a sense where coin toss is going to decide who picks first, and then we are going to do the same draft style in a sense, the first person gets the first pick, then the following person gets 2 picks, and then it goes back 1 for 1. So, Scott, heads or tails? Call it.
Heads.
All right. It is heads. So Scott gets the first pick. All right. So make sure you guys keep it locked. All right, Scotty. So you have the first pick in the My Hero Fantasy Draft, only from Class 1A. That's might mess up my plans. He might mess up my plans, guys. Who are you going to take?
I honestly thought I would get the second pick. I had a whole plan planned out. Got messed up. I'm going to go with, for my first pick, I'm going to get 1. I'm going with Deku. All day. All day. The rank 1 hero. The next symbol of peace. The man with the most provisional licensing experience in the game at the moment. Lemillion's out, so Deku. That's what I'm going with.
That hurts, man. That hurts. I had a whole plan with Deku, but now that I get 2 picks, I might still be able to make something happen. See, that hurts, man. But if you have Deku, I'm going to need offense and I'm going to need defense. So what I'm actually going to do is my first pick in the draft is going to be Bakugou. I have to take Bakugou because I'm going to need a crazy amount of offense. You're talking about the AP shot, so Bakugou can also fight at long range distances. We know he's not as great as a strategist as Deku is, but he's still one of the best, offensive fighters in Class 1A. His mobility is incredible. He moves very, very fast. He's very, very skilled in hand-to-hand combat as well. When we see him, fighting certain opponents. Still, there's some questions about Bakugou when we saw, the fight with Seiji. His teamwork isn't the greatest because, of his ego. But I need a heavy hitter. I need someone to counter, a type of one-for-all quirk. I need somebody that has that offensive prowess that can counter that. So I'm definitely going to take Bakugou at number 1. And at number 2, surprisingly, I'm not going
to be surprised at all. I feel like you're going to do it the strategy that I had in mind, but let's hear it.
I am going to take... Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take Kirishima.
I knew it. That's what I was going to pick.
I have to take Kirishima because to me, at first, I had someone like a Todoroki being the best defensive fighter. Until I saw Red Riot Unbreakable. Yep. I had to take Kirishima.
Yes,
he is the best defensive fighter in the series.
Yes,
Not only is he one of the best team fighters because, he works well in teams. We saw him fighting alongside a pro hero named Fat Gum, and he was basically leading the front for a majority of the fights, right? He even stepped up when, there were questions about whether Tamaki would be able to come back because his quirk was, slowed down for a little while. And Kirishima stepped up again with Red Riot Unbreakable. His defense is through the roof.
Able to fill a gap on instinct with people he's been fighting with for like a couple weeks.
He's incredible, and he is more of a team presence than Bakugou is. So I need someone with that team presence. So give me Kirishima. Now, Scotty, you get the next pick. Who are you going to take?
That was actually going to be my strategy. I was going to do them 2, and I was going to pick another person. But, the person who wins the coin toss only gets 1 pick. So I can't just pick one of them. It's going to completely ruin that whole strategy. So I had to go with Deku. My second pick, all Also, you got the provisional licensing experience that Kirishima has that Bakugo doesn't necessarily have. You know, working in
that's
an
why I had to grab
setting.
one. I had to grab him.
You know, like that's
I had to grab him
because
you got to think about who works well together as well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Some of these fighters in Class 1A are very incredible, but do they work well together? Are they like oil and water where they can't mix, or do they? You know what I mean? You got to find out who works well, which quirks complement each other, and things of that nature. So I had to take Kirishima. I had to.
Who's gonna be able to take down Kirishima?
That's interesting. I don't know anybody in the class.
I can think of someone that can, but it's like
I would like to hear it. Please let me know who could stop Red Riot.
I don't want to pick that person
right now in Class 1A.
I do not want to pick. There is a person that could definitely stop him, but it's like the way that I don't know if I want to waste a pick on that though. You know, specifically just to stop the man, the man that is Red Riot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
Absolutely. Let him know.
It's gonna be tough.
It is tough, man. It is tough. Listen.
I'll take Eri. Nah, I can't. She's not even in the class. I'll take.
Yes, sir. I got him, guys. I got him thinking. This is what I like.
I know there's someone that can. I'm gonna have to pick the person that can temporarily stop Red Riot, and I can't think of any other way that they could possibly stop him using Class 1A.
Okay.
Other than this person. So.
Let's go.
I know I'm gonna get clowned for this, but this is literally the only thing I can think of in the meantime. Y'all gonna have to help me out in the comments. But
who's this guy?
I'm gonna have to pick Ochaku, Uravity, as my second pick.
Oh!
That is the only person I can think of. Oh. If Deku would have slingshot her using one for all, she can lift him up in the air and just keep him there until the fight's over. That's the only way I can think of to stop Red Riot. I mean, I honestly can't think of another way to stop him. He's got unbreakable. The only way you would be able to even bust a cap in Red Riot's armor is with Deku. Listen. And Deku's gonna be preoccupied with Bakugo. So who?
Oh man,
Bakugo's gonna keep Deku's hands full.
You left a lot of people on the board that I don't know if I would have taken Ochako.
I don't know who else can take Red Riot. Though. Like, but
Red
Riot bust through him other than Deku.
Red Riot's tough.
Only way I can think of is
Midoriya would have to be at the forefront of your plan, of your offensive. You know.
Well, no, if she's able to lift Red Riot, then it's literally just Deku v Bakugo and your other pick.
Well, that's interesting.
That's the only way I could think
that's
of stopping the man that is Red Riot. I mean,
see,
that's the only way I could think of taking him out of the equation.
Now that makes it interesting because for my last pick,
and Deku can't be the one to do that because if Deku's the one in charge of handling Red Riot, Bakugo's gonna wipe the whole rest of the team I make. So Deku has to take Bakugo on. So that's.
Man, you know what? So that leaves me.
She could take out Red Riot.
That leaves me for my last pick now.
She can't do much else.
Because see, I have a couple of teams in mind, and right now, now that you took Ochako,
I know what I would pick if I was in your situation, but I'm not gonna give it up.
Yeah, I think with my next pick now, you know what?
Actually, with this person,
this is tough, man. This whole fantasy draft is tough, man.
Because with this person that you should pick, Ochako can also handle that person that you should pick. But let me see what you should. Let me see.
So the only thing that's left for my team right now is I need a strategist. I need someone that can come through and make plays, make plans, and is also versatile. Ochako and Midoriya, obviously, you know, they have chemistry, so they're going to be very, very tough, you know, with Midoriya's ability to make strategies.
Also, if Red Riot is able to be taken out of the equation, you're gonna need someone that's able to communicate to Bakugo, because you know he don't listen to nobody. He just, you know what I'm saying. So you need someone that's able to, you know what I'm saying, get him to follow a plan, let alone fight together.
Well, that's where it's going to lead me to my next pick. My final pick for my three-man battle is going to be none other than Yaoyorozu. I have to take Yaoyorozu because Yaoyorozu has proven to me that she has ability to strategize better than anybody else in the class. There are definitely some brilliant minds in the class. Midoriya is one of them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say the other because I hope you don't pick that person. But Momo is sitting right there at number 1 for me when it comes to her IQ, because we saw her take down Psycho Intelli from, a neighboring school during the licensing exam. And Psycho Intelli's quirk is literally IQ. Her quirk is to have, more intelligence, better than anybody else.
She need to train her quirk.
Listen, Yaoyorozu actually outsmarted somebody with an IQ quirk. Also, we have to talk about Yaoyorozu's quirk. It is one of the most versatile quirks in Class 1A. I mean, her ability to create certain things. I think there is something that she can draft up that she will be able to create that can counter something that, Ochaku is making. So, when it comes to that, I gotta give it to Yaoyorozu. Even when we're seeing her working alongside Todoroki, when they're fighting against Eraserhead, right? She led that fight. Even Todoroki was like, listen, I'm gonna leave everything up to you. You devise a plan to take down Eraserhead. And she said, at first she was a little worried, and she said, you know what? I can do this. And she got the job done. Todoroki was actually following her lead. So I need somebody like that on my 3-man team. It's Yaoyorozu. That's it.
I got a couple things. If I were you, that is a good pick, and that's a great pick in terms of the strategy, in terms of her ability to take down an IQ quirk player. That's a good pick. That's a solid team. However, when I was thinking of that team, the 3-man team for Bakugou, Kirishima, I was thinking of putting Ida as the 3rd man. The reason why I was thinking of that is because I was imagining a strategy in which, you have Red Riot, in his unbreakable form, right?
Okay.
Put him on Ida's shoulders. Have Ida do a reciprocal burst, right? He's flying around the map. Uravity would not be able to touch him or even lift either of them up in the air with the speed that Ida has. He's way faster than Ochaku, so I would have picked that, but that was a good 3-man pick.
Well, it depends now because I think you're forgetting that Midoriya now has long-range attacks. Listen, All Might is teaching Midoriya how to fight from a long-range, perspective in battle, yes. which made me change my picks, because this is why I really want to grab Midoriya. But the fact that you have Midoriya now, I had to go back to my counter plan. I had to take Bakugou because I need the offense. I had to take Kirishima.
You're the only one that's able to stop Midoriya for an amount of time.
Yeah. Bakugou and Kirishima are gonna have to work together to take down Midoriya, because One for All is just an incredible quirk. It's beautiful in defense and in offense. So I just needed that on my team. Who are you gonna take now?
For my 3rd pick, I'm gonna have very mixed feelings about this 3rd pick, because it's the obvious pick, but this is one of my most hated characters in the actual show.
You have to take.
However,
you have to take
for the 3rd. You know who I have to pick.
You have.
Everyone knows who I have to pick.
You have to take. You have to take him.
He didn't pick him, so I have to pick him.
Yeah. This.
But yeah,
you have to take
as a bench warmer.
No, you have to. If you leave this person on the table.
I guess we could have him on the side with the warm-up sweats.
What do you mean?
He can man the Gatorade with the look. Nah, I had to take Todoroki.
Yeah, of course. Of course you have to take Todoroki.
I have to, because he is able to. The way I'm thinking of it, I'm having Ochaku take out Red Riot if she can, right? Yaoyorozu is, as you said, smart, so she's going to be trying to prevent that as much as she can.
Right.
And Bakugou is the only man strong enough to hold off Deku by himself, so he's gonna be doing that the whole fight, because if he's not holding off Deku's just gonna run through the whole team, right, and vice versa. So they're gonna have to hold off while their side teams fight against each other, and the outcome of those side teams is gonna have to help the team captain win the fight. Is how I'm thinking of it. So if Ochaku's able to take out Red Riot, and it's left for Yaoyorozu and Bakugou to strategize, Todoroki can use his ice quirk and his flame quirk to stall Bakugou, to just slow him down, even if it's only a second, even if it's an extra AP shot he has to take or an extra blast he has to do to break an ice wall. That will just be a slight advantage where Deku can take advantage of that, because as we know, he's an amazing strategist also. He is pretty much
he's brilliant
on the level of Yaoyorozu in terms of smarts,
right.
In terms of strategy,
right.
So I'm gonna pick Todoroki just for him to be a side character and to slow down Bakugou just a second, 5 seconds, 2 seconds, whatever it is. And with Deku's quirk, he'll be able to take advantage of that slowdown and either incapacitate Yaoyorozu, and then it'll be a 3-on-1, or incapacitate.
See, and I like your team. Obviously, you know, Midoriya and Todoroki are very, very powerful. They fought together against Stain, so they have some type of chemistry.
Exactly.
But here's the reason why I think, you know, it's going to be more of a 2v3, because I think Ochako, right, her main point of offense is hand-to-hand combat. She's going to have to fight close range. I don't think there's anybody that she can fight on my team in close range except for Yaoyorozu. And Yaoyorozu has the quirk where she can literally create almost anything as long as she knows, you know, the chemical makeup or of what it needs. She can pretty much create anything. So the possibilities are endless when it comes to her versatility, which is why I think if I'm setting up my team against your team, I have the best defensive fighter in Class 1A, in Kirishima with Red Riot Unbreakable, basically protecting Yaoyorozu, acting as a wall. And I have one of the top offensive fighters in Bakugo who has not only short-range fighting capabilities, but he also has long-range. He has AP shot. He has all types of things. And at the same time, Yaoyorozu can also make things that will be able to stop, you know, Ochako's, you know, even her quirk. Anything that she does, you know, sometimes let's say Ochako, you know, touches Kirishima when he's in Red Riot Unbreakable, and he jumps all the way up, right?
Well,
I think it will be very, very hard. But Yaoyorozu would maybe be able to create weights that would still bring him down. Would maybe be able to create certain things that will help, you know, Bakugo's mobility. Would be able to help, you know, we've seen her create, you know, explosives and stuff before already. You know, she can create, you know, ropes and stuff and things that, you know, she can tie people up. She is very, very smart. This is why I had to bring her in as a strategist on my team, because I think she would be able to get the job done. She can outsmart anybody on your team. I'm just going to call it for what it is, right? Midoriya is obviously going to devise a plan, but I think she is the smartest one out of all our picks, and that's where I think as long as I have Kirishima using Red Riot Unbreakable and acting as the ultimate defense, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem.
I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. If you have Red Riot blocking, protecting Yaoyorozu while she comes up with a plan, or while she's making different things to help them in the fight, and I have Ochaku come and take the wall that is Red Riot and lift it in the midair. If she's spending time or wasting time to try to make weights or ropes or harnesses or wherever it is to pull Red Riot back down, that'll just be time. You got to remember, Todoroki's also on that team that's not fighting Bakugo at the moment, and Ochaku is also on that team that's not fighting Bakugo at the moment. So if Red Riot is in the midair, it's Todoroki and Ochaku there against Yaoyorozu 2-on-1. I don't think, if she's wasting the time making harnesses, I think she should better be using her time to try to help Bakugo, because if she's making harnesses to try to get Red Riot down, I think that's a wrap. I don't think she's going to have any time to do that faced with the offensive capabilities of Todoroki.
Well, we're assuming that Ochako lands her attack and gets
inside,
that's which is just a shot in the dark. Because let me tell you right now,
it's very possible, because Red Riot is not a long range fighter either.
I think, well, he isn't. But what makes him more dangerous than Todoroki is if he gets inside. Because right now, as we all know, Todoroki has no close range abilities whatsoever. As far as we know.
He's trash.
He's trash in close range, as far as we know, until we see something. So if Kirishima is able to get inside, which he was able to do against you know, a fighter that Fat Gun was dealing with, you know, they literally created barriers and all types of mess, and Kirishima was able to break through those defenses.
The difference with that is he has to bust through those.
Right.
He doesn't have to.
Todoroki's going to be trying to do an ice wall.
No, he doesn't have to do that either.
Why?
Because anything that Red Riot comes in contact with, that's where Chaku's going to come in and just lift him. All she has to do is touch him. He doesn't have to break through her at all.
It's not a physical
wall.
Right now, Ochako,
he has to bust through. He just has to find a way to get around her, which he can do.
You're placing a lot of faith in Ochako right now.
I don't having trust in her.
I don't think Ochako is that elite where she
has a very simple quirk.
Red Riot Unbreakable.
She has a very simple quirk.
That's gonna be tough.
That is very easy for her to lift the wall that is Red Riot. Okay,
that is going to be very tough for
simple quirk.
Her stopping Red Riot Unbreakable. I would love to see.
He only has close range attacks. So he's going to have to get up to touch one of them. And that's 50-50 chance he's going to
Well, no, Kirishima will go after Todoroki.
I mean, yes, but I'm teaming up Ochaku. I'm saying Ochaku is like 2 feet from Todoroki. I'm saying they're working hand in hand. So he's going to have to end up touching one of them. And 50-50 is going to be Ochaku.
Does Ochaku have to hold her breath?
I believe she does, yeah.
Okay. So she has to hold her breath. While she's activating her quirk.
While she's lifting up, yeah.
So you're telling me Yaozu can't make something that can force her to breathe? That can force her to stop?
Not in the time that it takes Todoroki to get to Yaozu. You fighting against the clock. I don't know.
You guys definitely have to let us know down in the comment section below, because I think my team wins. Obviously, I have Bakugo, I have Kirishima, and I have Yaozu. You have midoriya, right?
Yep.
You have Todoroki, and you also have Ochaku. Let us know which team do you think would win in a 3-man versus battle. And we'll see you next time. Peace.